I wanted to thank Mr. Lewis and Ms. Brathwaite for agreeing to come to Antigua. My voice is a little husky. I'm coming down with the flu, I think. To come to Antigua to undertake three very important assignments, one of which is this one here, which is an attempt to work with individuals who might have business ideas and may want to convert the business idea into something tangible and profitable. So this is another example of the government spending resources in what I call entrepreneurship education. How do we get people who have potentially a good business idea, and what you and maybe the government can do collectively to progress the idea to maturity? I am absolutely certain you found the last 3 days very interesting. I happen to know Mr. Lewis fairly well from other circumstances, and I know the type of energy that himself and Terry Ann would bring to these sessions. I think you would agree that great ideas need nourishment, but they have to be blended with a very heavy dose of practicality, hard work, and during lunch today, myself and Terry Ann and Ashton and Mr. Lewis were speaking, and I was saying to him, one of the key ingredients in the success of any business is what I consider to be self-discipline. Self-discipline as it pertains to time, the number of hours you're prepared to put into the business or to the idea, etc., etc. And what was very interesting is that I gather several of you have, small businesses or assisting with family members who have an ongoing business, and you probably recognize that you have to be very good at time management, you have to be resourceful, you have to make simple things go a very far way, and what is key is that you have to make it work because you are the CEO of your thought pattern, you are the CEO of your dream. No one else can be that CEO. And many of the most successful people have started off with very simple concepts, but have nurtured them and worked very hard at them day in, day out. So it's not about coming up with an idea today and tomorrow morning you're an absolute success. I want to say to you that certainly on the Ministry of Telecommunications' watch, we will spend more resources in trying to provide these types of workshops for you, because I believe very strongly that many of you will have departed from the 3-day training program a lot more enlightened and maybe a lot more business savvy and hopefully business aggressive, because it takes an element of business aggression to go after your ideas and see them to maturity. Being passive is not going to help you. You have to be passionate, and you have to be, show the type of savvy that means, look, I can develop a small business. Last week we had 2 groups of high school students, and some of them were from the State College, looking at how they can turn simple concepts into business, and we're encouraging people to think about a career that is centered on business, so that when you are finished, you're not looking for someone to give you a job. You are looking to start your own business and to hire other people. And I am happy to say to you that I believe to a large extent we are well on our way to doing that in Antigua across a number of sectors, in ICTs, in tourism, in agriculture, etc., etc. So I want to end by saying this. Look back at what has been shared with you over the last 3 days and make a decision that says that you will empower yourself and you want to start your own business. And maybe what some of you should do is to see if you can collaborate together on certain key ideas and business patterns, and maybe you can bring them to fruition. It is doable. and the world is your market. Don't think that only the persons that live in Antigua and Barbuda and the people that visit this country are your only potential clients. Think globally. I will end by saying to you, I know someone here who lives here, who was born here, who works in one of the commercial banks. But that person has an online business, and all they do is get trinkets and little ornaments from China, and they post it online. The products never actually come to Antigua, Francis. They share a small facility in the US. It's probably 1/10 the size of this room. And what they do is another company exports it to whomever is purchasing it. So you go online, and let us assume it's called Juliet's Fancy Trinkets. And people see the trinkets, and they pay online, and you fill out your ship to address. And what happens is that company in the US, which is doing the deliveries and doing the export for a range of these small businesses, will ship it to Jerica Martin. You pay the shipping fee, and Juliet makes a markup on it. It's deposited into her account. All electronically, all seamlessly. And she has run that successfully for the last several years. Doesn't take much of her time, but she's quite business savvy. She has learned what are some of these little ornaments that people like. Some of them cost $5, $6 US, and she will sell it online for $12.95 US, plus shipping and handling. And there's a colleague of mine who's an engineer in Barbados. He's an engineer, very successful, and he has written a couple of books, very simple books, nothing fancy. And he has said to me, he has sold so many copies online, he's amazed. The books cost $21.95 US. He makes about $8 US every time a copy is sold. So the world is your market. Don't think Antigua alone. Think Caribbean, think global, but think competitive. Whatever you do, it has to be competitive. It has to be cutting edge in the sense that you can supply, whether it be a product or a service. We have launched a portal called www.connectantiguabiz, B-I-Z, connectantiguabiz.ag. I invite you to go to it. And if you want to start your own business, as I hope you're going to, we will get the new media unit here to put you on the website for connectantiguabiz.ag, because that portal opens up doors for you. There's a lady here who lives in Seaview Farm. She's in her 50s. And a year and a half ago, she registered to become logged on to the Connect Antigua Biz portal. And she makes jams and jellies. And she used to supply people, obviously, in her community and here in Antigua. After she was put on to the Connect Antigua Biz portal, she told me she got overwhelmed with requests from St. Croix and St. Thomas and other countries in the Caribbean, so much so she had to almost taper back. She was unable to meet the demands that she was facing. She never remotely thought, by going onto the portal and putting, all she has is the name of her business and her telephone number, and we took some photographs of what she produces. And those 3 examples I submit to you for your consideration, so that if you think business, no problem. You can think initially of who your clients locally are going to be. But if you're going to offer a product, think global. There is a huge world out there And I'm telling you, a lot of people have an interest in conducting business online and buying either your product or your service. Before you leave today, I'm going to ask Torres Joseph, who is teaching the graphic design program. Is he still with us this afternoon? He should still be. Isoki, you'll ask him to, I would like at the end of the presentation here, after they have summarized, their overall view of the program, for them to collectively, along with Terry Ann and with Francis, to see the portal online where people compete for graphic design work. And that would be most instructive, because you will see for yourself how much opportunity there is online in the field of graphic design. And that's a program we're teaching in room 5 today. The cadets are there. And the cadets, several of them today, have submitted entries for online work. One piece of artwork alone online, if it's chosen, they will guarantee you a payment of $499. So, congratulations to you for signing up for the program. You made a bold decision. We promised you 3 days of fun, hard work, interesting concepts from both Terry Ann and Francis. I see 2 of the cadets, 3 of them may be in here. Think business. You got to get serious. The world is out there for you. So thanks once again to Terry Ann Brathwaite and to Francis Lewis for coming up and sharing their expertise. Both of them are highly qualified, and I'm sure they have evoked in your mind many different thoughts. Some of the thoughts can be crisscrossing. Some of them can be conflicting. But what I would say to you is, at the end of the day, you are your own CEO. You're not just the CEO of your own life. You're the CEO of any potential business you want to go after. And we're here to work with you. And in the future, if we have similar workshops and you think you want to benefit again from some more training, you now know what the exposure is like. So thank you, and God bless you. Thank you very much.
What I've learned from this experience is that starting a business is not as simple as it seems. I have started my business, but how to expand on that, how to get the marketing out there, I had no idea as to how to go about doing that, how to market my products on a regular basis, how to get my customers, what customers should I look for. I had no knowledge of this. But thanks to Terry Ann and Francis, I now have that knowledge, and what I intend to do with it is to leave here today with the ability to actually go out there and put my products out there to customers that I'm not accustomed to, and make my business a better success than it is right now. Take it to the next level.
What I've learned from this workshop is more than what I can really hold into my brain. But the most specific part of this workshop is what I like, what Francis has said to us yesterday, and it entails the traffic light and fab. For me, it's a lot, and I know that I would work upon that some more, as well as networking. How am I going to get my business out there? Different angles that I'm supposed to go through. And I'll try my endeavor best to do such and not let what I've gathered today or for the 2 days that I've been here go to waste. You know, there are times I know that we need the prop, we need the push, we need the shove. And I'm so glad that many times we have gone to workshop, but sometimes it really don't stick. Yeah? And as we continue to get more, we encourage ourselves to go further. And I must say thanks to Terry Ann and Mr. Lewis. Thanks for coming and sharing what you have imparted to all of us here. Right.
My name is Monique George, and I'm grateful to have the opportunity to be here. I must say it's a very special thank you to Ms. Brathwaite and Francis as well, because on coming here, I thought I knew my product. Only when I got here, I realized I didn't know my product. What was my product? How am I going to sell my product? And to whom I'm going to sell my product to? So for the past 3 days, I've realized what my product was, whom I'm going to sell it to, and what I'm going to make from it. So I want to say a very special thank you because I've learned a lot.
My name is Shanette Philo. My target business is the ice cream parlor. I came in, with expectations of just hearing a few things that I've already known. But it wasn't like that because the first day, I couldn't really move. I freeze. And so I went home, thought about it, came back the second day, and that's when it all sank in and I started to, visualize what I really wanted to do, where I'm going, and, like the things I have to do to get where I want to go.
Thank you. My name is Anthony Ramsey. I came in here with a concept, not concrete exactly on what my business was, but I know exactly what I want to do. So, in the first day, I learned exactly what the business was all about in learning what I want to do. So, with thanks to the help of Mr. Lewis and Ms. Ratwit, they have helped me concreted, set my feet down and my brains up, and we have get going. So from since then, we have got it started, and I am much more improved now and much more clearer now in seeing my way forward. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Lydia, and I did know what my business was. However, I didn't know how to explain what my business was offering. With a lot of probing and pricking from Ms. Brathwaite, I was able to better articulate the nature of my business and focus more on my target market and also consider the pricing of my products and the services that I'll be offering. So thanks to Mr. Lewis and Ms. Brathwaite, I have a better knowledge of what I should be doing in order to gain a better competitive advantage over the competitors.
My name is Juliet Bailey, and today I want to say that I will be able to walk away with some renewed vision and also understanding that in business sometimes it's not always roses. You will fall, but the important thing is to dust yourself up and try again.